here today to do a follow-up video on a comment on my previous esbit stove video about scraping off some of the fuel tablet, and then you will be able to use the fire seal to strike it. Okay guys, so I scraped off some of the stuff and now I'm gonna scrape some magnesium onto there to help start it using the back of a Opnel number 6, because I squared the spine on my Opnel number 8 because that's my, I don't know, I use it for wood carving and it's nicer to have the rounded spine instead of the 90-degree one. So with this stuff you're going to want to scrape off a quarter-sized amount, and that can take a while. I mean, only scrapes off in small little bits. Yeah, that should be good enough. So this one's made by Doan. It has a nice big magnesium block and it's labeled shaving edge and sparking edge. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Well, that's not working. Good thing I got my lighter in here. This is in my buck punk sheath, right next to a Swedish fire steel, and I have a Ranger band around this, and that's to help slow down the rate the fuel evaporates. Oh, this isn't working. Okay, so I got the stove going. I put some birch bark on there and lit that, and that got it going real good. So I got some Backpacker's Pantry chili, and it's pretty old, so like 15 years old, about as old as me. But it still should taste good because it's freeze dried and everything. So I've mixed that up. It's been sitting. I'm gonna put that on there. Why isn't it balancing? Gosh darn it. That should, there we go. Okay, so that's going there. I'm gonna put a lid on this. Should help it cook faster, and I'll be back at you guys. Okay, the chili's starting to boil. You can hear that and see that in there. I've decided not to stir with my knife anymore, so I debarked this. There we go. Debarked this little dry maple stick and been using that to stir it up. And I had a little mishap. My fire went out because I guess the tablet burned up and I wasn't paying attention and all the sticks burned up, so I had to restart it, and I was able to do that because I had some Ranger bands with me, and those were really helpful. Those lit like right away. I just put it on there and that started up the tablet really good. So I'm glad I had some of those, otherwise my lunch would be all cold. Well, not cold, it would still be pretty warm, but it wouldn't be boiling like the instructions say it to be. So I'm gonna leave that for a little bit longer, put some more sticks on the fire. I'm using some really thin stuff. You can see how thin that is because it catches really easy. I mean, everything around here is so dry it doesn't really matter anyways, so I'll let this cook up for a little bit longer, then I'll be right back at you guys with a nice cooked up bowl of chili. All the chili's done, and I realized I forgot a spoon to eat it with, so I went out and cut down a small tree, and since I wasn't planning on, I didn't bring a saw because I wasn't planning on cutting anything down. It would take forever to cut down a huge one because I'm only using this and it weighs 7.7 ounces about. So I cut down a little tree, and I won't be able to make a proper spoon, so I just made a little paddle thing for it. So I'm gonna let this cool off and then I'm gonna have some. Moving the camera all over. That right there looks like normal chili, but I do wish it had some meat. And I brought some bread along. This is was it like health nut or something? It's like whole grain, but it's like bleached or something. I don't know. It uses white flour and it has a whole bunch of nuts in it, and it tastes pretty good. So that's why I brought some. I got two pieces. Two pieces of that.